hello, and welcome to another Captain Clumsy Rides vlog. Cue music, let's go! And in this one, I'm going to try and complete the Exploring Cornwall vlog I did of Looe, Polperro and Polperro, which I signally failed to complete because there was way too much to do and I didn't have enough time. So I have a bit more time today. I'm going to head out towards Looe as a starter and then head back via Polperro. But in the meantime, it's just a very pleasant morning. 16 degrees according to the bike thermometer, and hopefully a little bit warmer too. I've even got my visor up presently and just pottering on the back route make it a slightly more interesting, and then I won't record for a while until I'm a bit closer to my destination. I'm just still in the process of trying to take a shortcut, which of course, as you know, shortcuts inevitably go wrong, but there's a big queue of traffic. Just had to stop at the traffic lights, and it'll no doubt be quite tedious behind them. So with any luck, I might be able to slide out this particular one without getting held up myself and enjoy a little bit of a narrower road, alternative viewpoints. Lots to see in this area, and might do a little bit on the way back. And this is called Double Boys, not Double Bois, as in the French, although it might be French in origin. Who knows? I must do a vlog on Cornish names. I think that's might help people, especially if you're planning to visit, not get into trouble when you get the names wrong with the locals. I mean, it'll be obvious that you're an amateur anyway, but you might gain a little bit of favour if you make an attempt to pronounce things in an appropriate manner. Now, be careful with this particular junction because it's a very, very busy. Right, I should be able to get in after this way. That way to the left is the way up to the more the minions, the hurlers, various other sites, which will be the subject of another one. Already been covered to some extent, I think, by Saddlebags, so I'll put a link up here to his channel. And there's also Goliath Falls up there, which is a fantastic place, albeit a bit busy. And there is a good lunch stop there. Called Stinkies, I think, isn't it? Stinkies? Yeah, okay. The checkered flag. It's Ducati Scrambler, BMW and Africa Twin. And it's shut. Changed to plan. Still haven't managed to do a vlog from here or to here. Plan B, I think it might be Humble Morrison's. Right, turning into Liskeard, where I'm going to try and have a wee and probably a coffee at merry old Morrison's. Just a point that's occurred to me: how do you guys align your mirrors? Because I seem to have endless problems. I don't know why, but yeah, I can never seem to get that. The left hand one's just not quite right. It's not bad. Right hand one's okay. I daren't knock it though, in case I never get it back again. Yeah, the left hand one just ever so slightly annoying. At least Morrison sells coffee and there's a Looe. Fantastico, as they say. Nowhere, probably. I'm talking gibberish now, aren't I? Gibberish, the language of the gods. Watch this BMW. Oh my god. Micro alert. Oh, looks well battered. Should be battered. Deep fried. Ha. Well, the few advantages of a motorbike in daily life compared to cars. Well, I don't know how good the sound's going to be because I left the microphone at home, bad me. So, pit stop at Morrison's, coffee only. I'm going to have some chips later, perhaps down at Looe. Day's nice and warm, sun's shining. I do believe it might be clouding or misting over a bit later, so keen to get to as far as Looe, then Polperro. Right, so we're on the last lap of our approach to Looe. Rather nice windy road, this one. And that tapping noise you're going to hear is the microphone wire, so apologies for that. I'll try and tidy it when I next stop. Yeah, so Looe, seaside resort, fishing port. There's a nature reserve, Looe Island, which I've yet to visit. I need to do that. Where you can see seals, all sorts of things. There's hotels, there's good restaurants, a beautiful estuary, there's all sorts of things. So I'll try and show you a small selection of Looe highlights, because otherwise it'd be a very, very, very long vlog. And yeah, at least get out on a road which is not a dual carriageway, or is reasonably windy, twisty. But we're in tourist season now, as you can probably see. So as well as slow-moving local vehicles, tractors and trucks and vans and stuff, there are camper vans. So yes. But it's not too bad. Pleasant day, sun shining. What more do you want? Don't answer that question, and here's our first caravan. Yeah. Hurrah. Yes, it's a camper van. So that fun bit didn't last very long, did it? We're turning right here, so there might be an opportunity to slide past. And indeed there is. Well, that was a bit cheeky, but otherwise it's 4 miles being behind that. And really he chose the wrong route, didn't he? He should have stuck to the main road. But then there aren't many big roads in Cornwall of any description. Still, we're on the open road, hurrah! It's a little bit more spread out now. This is the one of 2 real routes in, and I might go back the other one, which has a different type of scenery, especially on the first bit. So yeah. Oh, I don't like the feeling of that. I don't encourage it to loosen. Keeping eyes on. Enjoyable, slow riding. Beautiful house, isn't it? It's not an old train station house, is it? There were lots of small railway lines in this part of the world many years ago. Most of them stopped by beaching. Oh, it's very pleasant. Now, actually, this is the scenic route into Looe, or pretty much the more scenic route. Sand place. That's a fairly descriptive name. So yes, we're coming to the estuary. Lovely sight ahead. Look at those trees. Fantastic. Yeah, so we've got the river now. We're in the valley. taking it steady. And there is a railway line. I think there is a railway line to Looe, so that could have been a station house back there. And there would have been a little halt, maybe. Yes. Sides out. Beautiful. Lambs. Little copses of trees on the skyline. Marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. It's a good place for spotting bird life, this estuary, like many estuaries around here. I think they're what's called RIAs, drowned rivers, because the river level, the sea levels have changed since the Ice Age, and but you know, I only did geography O level, so what do I know, eh? Don't take what I say as gospel, look it up yourself. We can all look up Wikipedia, can't we? But the trouble is, Wikipedia is done by people like you and me, so you could write in with a complete load of bull. I think they do check. But, anyhow, things are looking good here. Mr. Mercedes man is getting even slower. He's definitely an Emmet. Right, we are about to enter Looe. Hurrah! I need to find somewhere to park and hopefully not pay anything, because I'm a motorcycle Jansen. I have friends living in Looe, actually. Can't remember which bit she lives in though, so I'm not going to pay her an unexplained visit. That's the area where there was a nasty incident some while back. Woman died, I believe. Landslip. Yeah, horrible. So they've finally got around to rebuilding it. Good. There's probably more to be done of that kind of work, as you can see, a lot of steep cliffs, unstable. Need work keeping them in good shape. So, the main harbour bridge ahead. I am really hoping I might be able to sneak my bike into a car park. Oh, that's the police station. I don't want to go there, me handsome. No. Right, visor up. Let's enjoy the breeze. Just want to be a bit closer than this. Geezer on his bike. Not so many bikes out today. Right, here we are, parked up in Looe for the tourists, and I'll just give you a quick look at the harbour, and then I go in search of chips. Okay, apologies if any problems with the sound. Again, I forgot my microphone. It's not too windy today. Sea's pretty calm. I think that might be the passenger ferry. Tide might be coming in. Not sure. Place looks beautiful in the evening and night. So this is West Looe. The other side is East Looe. East Looe is where Looe Island is. So I'll take you over there in a bit. But just for now, I need chips, because everybody seemed to have chips yesterday and I didn't, so I'm in need of a good heart of chips. I can't have pasties, I'm gluten free. There you are, that's a proper fish shop. Unfortunately, my friend Steve Hunt not working there. I think he alternates between there and the Liscard in his day job. He's actually a very talented musician. I'll see if I can find a link to him up here. And yeah, check him out if you can. So that, well, is what a real fish market looks like. It's a real fishing port. They catch fish, and it's a struggle sometimes. Although when the going is good, I dare say they make a very good living, but there are lots of reasons why they can't sometimes. I've got a cousin, a second cousin who's a fisherman up in Scotland, and the story he tells me about what it's like. More fish and chips. Possibility of sitting outside maybe. Ferry to West Looe. I won't be taking that today, I'll be riding over. Good car park the other side there. But yeah, leave that road now. So if you fancy fishing or a trip to Looe Island, this is the place. A typical fishing boat. They never look very glamorous, they're usually covered in rust, but they're working boats. They're the real thing. So this is the other side of Looe, so West Looe, and then further in the distance you get closer and closer to Plymouth. The structure then known as the Round is iconic, and on the other side there's a sort of another structure where when the storms are blowing hard it's quite impressive. But yeah, nice sandy beach to complement the fishing trips and all the other stuff. So yeah, a good all-round seaside resort. The only warning is don't expect the place to yourself any time really from May onwards. And on the other side, the iconic seal statue structure. There's no end of subjects to photograph, and look how clear the water is. You just want to swim in that. Well, probably not a good idea when the fishing boats are here, but maybe they row their gigs out of here, and Looe Island is just a bit further around the coast. Just bumped into my friend Steve. Didn't have time to video him, it would have been rude, but yeah, he looked alright in his bright yellow wellies. Yes. Yeah, he's just popping out for a little bit of a break from work. Yeah. I know both him and Carmen, they're both sort of figures in the Cornish culture world. Both he and his wife, Carmen, are bards of the Gorsedd, so yeah, it says something about his status in the area. It's funny, isn't it? You walk into a fishmonger's and you ask for some wet fish, and you don't know that the guy who's serving you is a bard. Right, here we are back at the motorcycle parking. So now we're heading towards West Looe, which is, I'm so tempted to want to go right here, but I'd best be a good boy. Right, side stand up. Let's get out of here. Right, over the bridge to East Looe. Think about that for a minute. So yeah, beautiful views up and down. Now we'll try and show you the very interesting, not a paddling pool, it's a boating pool. People to use those funny little, ones that you pedal. Am I making any sense whatsoever? No, probably not. Cute. Bus driver. Be a bit terrified if you ran at one of those in the narrow parts. So yeah, some beautiful scenes here. The tide flooding in, sun's out. It's now 19 degrees it claims, so maybe that's a bit optimistic, but yes. Alright, so you can see the Round in the distance. Further up is probably Rame Head, Plymouth behind that. Yes, I don't think we'll stop just at this minute. The tide is rapidly coming in now. I think this is one way from here, you have to go back out to the way. And a 4-point hotel. Went to a Christmas do there once, it was epic. What I'm aiming for here is an ice cream. And there, in front of us, although not clearly visible currently, is Looe Island. Cornwall Wildlife Trust Nature Reserve. A few seals, but again, if you are seeing seals, please be respectful, stay a good distance. If necessary, use your binoculars or your telephoto lens to get decent pictures, but don't come really close, because it does disturb them, and that can be bad for them and their pups. So what I'm hoping is that somewhere selling ice cream along here. So great place for rock pooling. I think we were planning a field trip down here, the Wildlife Trust photographic group, but I think the weather was against us. There we are, leaving Looe now, but there's one more thing I want to show you before we go. Up to Polperro, which will be a fairly brief stop. A, because it's a lot smaller, and B, because I'm now really tired. This tiredness condition fortunately affects me from early afternoon onwards, and it's now around about 2 o'clock. So yes, however, still a few views of the harbour to enjoy. And of course, don't forget, people, all these roads are two-way. Just imagine the sheer terror the first time you encounter something as narrow as the bit we're about to get to. The Millpool. It's an intimidatingly steep hill. But yes, there is a massive car park down here. Actually, it's probably the biggest one in Looe. The main car park, so I should do it. Oh, lots of nice popping in on the overrun there, peeps. So what I did want to show you was over there. Right. Special motorcycle exit. And have a lucky one. Right, so that was Looe, West Looe, then East Looe, Looe Island, Looe Millpool. I think that's a fairly comprehensive description of this rather nice little place. It's just not quite seen in the same kind of breath as places like Padstow and maybe Foy, and so Polperro, just a few miles away along the coast. So I'm glad I got to visit Looe and that before the real onset of the summer season, because, as I said earlier, like a lot of places, it can become near enough unbearable in the height of the summer weather. Car parks rammed, tempers rising. At this time of year, it's warm enough to enjoy things, but not so rammed that things get teasy. Right, so Polperro, just a few miles up the road, and then home. I might try an alternate route home, a bit more scenic, see how long this thing runs for. I'll say my good point bunnies at some point, so if I get some good footage I will, but if not, I won't. On a bit here, fairly clear viewing for a while. The road to the right is basically the route home, although as I said, I might try an alternate way, a bit more woodlandy. But yeah, let's go. It's a very steep road down here. Sklurder Abbey, never been there. That's going to be on the list. Places to explore. although it says welcome to Polperro, it's about a mile from here, as I can recall. And a steep windy road. Second welcome to Polperro sign. You're really in it now? Yes. Oh, they've resurfaced this. Oh my word. Looks good. Still not a place to be riding fast though. Could be somebody's stationary on here. Now possible that's the road over there to take back. We can get there. But, it's not an easily accessible place. Basically you're forced to park in the car park, pay an extortionate amount for the privilege, and then walk in, which is okay if you're mobile, not burdened down, but if you are burdened down, it's quite a challenge. So it's a nice approach to the place. I don't know whether I'll be able to sneak in a bit further on the bike. If I can, I will. If not, I'll just kind of do a loop and put some photos up at various places to show you what Polperro looks like. So that's the Polruan way back on Lansalas, which is a good option, I think. Right, we're going in, so you're going to see some of this place. It's really very pretty indeed. But I shall only go in and then turn around and come back out again. Repairing his scooter. Looks like he's scraped the bodywork a bit there. It's quite a long walk even from the entrance car park.
I hope you can hear me above the wind. This is the gallery that my friend Jeff Ransom exhibits in, and comes in sometimes and sits. They sort of do a rota, I think, the artists selling their paintings here. So he's a very good artist. We've got 2 of his pictures in our house, and a good friend too. Good friend. We used to work together some years ago. So here we are. There's the bike. We're on the edge of Polperro, but I'm not going any further. I think I can turn around here fairly successfully. Might take a quick photo.
Right, so that was a brief glimpse of Polperro, one of the jewels in the south coast, and as you can see, already quite busy this early in the season. It's, what is it, the 2nd of May, day after bank holiday, so imagine what it gets like when it's really busy. But yeah, it's well worth a visit. Just plan it out, give yourself plenty of time, and enjoy it. Right. I'll have to stop saying right. Now then, where's the Polperro turn? Sorry, the Polruan turn. There. Now, which way is he going? He's going nowhere. Oh, marvellous. Only 6 miles to Polruan from here. You can see it's actually quicker to get to Polruan from Polperro than it is from St Austell. Because, right. Care home to the right there. I've been there a few times on professional duties, of course. Now, yeah, don't bother slowing down at all. No, well, I purposely chose the narrow entrance. So, we're getting near the end. The conditions on this road are pretty challenging, so I'll say my goodbyes now. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, which has now encompassed Polruan, Looe, Polperro and a few other points in between. I've been Captain Clumsy, you've been my audience. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.